Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. I'm Kevin Freeman. It's now time to talk a little ladies volleyball at UNCP, and we're joined by brand new UNCP head volleyball coach Angie Bird. Coach, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little volleyball. This is your first year, as we said, at UNCP, and as what I have historically done with coaches who have been on the show the first time, I want you to maybe talk a little bit about your playing career, your coaching career, and ultimately what led you here to UNCP.
Okay, actually, I started playing volleyball in the 10th grade. Honestly, had no desire to play volleyball. I was a basketball player. Come from a big basketball family. Aunt played at Tennessee, uncle played at Wisconsin, some, basketball family. So got into volleyball because my best friend played volleyball and I wanted her to play basketball. So the deal was if I played there, she would play here. Unfortunately, volleyball is first, so I ended up having to go first and actually got MVP my first year and was really good at it. Had the choice of, when I became a senior, had the choice of taking a 4-year scholarship to Florida State for basketball or going to JUCO for volleyball, so I chose JUCO to go to volleyball. JUCO first year we did really well, went to nationals, finished 52-2. Second year was an All-American. Got a 4-year scholarship to University of North Alabama, a D2 school there, where we came third in the country, and I was ranked number 3 in the nation among my position of a middle blocker. That's what I played. And after I graduated, I became a head coach at a high school, and the very next year I became an assistant coach at a junior college and then went on to be a head coach. So I started my head coaching career at 22 years old.
Wow.
And I've been coaching ever since.
Well, talk a little bit about your preferred playing style in volleyball. What do you like to see your girls do?
Preferably, we like to run a fast offense, but unfortunately with the numbers that we have now, we're having to slow it down a little bit. We actually, unfortunately, only have 8 players, and we don't have any size at all. So we've had to move our libero, which is Marissa Baker, and she's 5'6", and she's playing middle for us, which our typical middle would be about 5'11" plus.
Right.
And she's actually doing a great job with it. We're having to maneuver some other players in other positions, so we're doing the best we can with that.
Well, talk a little bit, I know you're relatively new to D2, but talk about some of the differences that you see, if any, between volleyball at the junior college level and at Division II NCAA.
The biggest difference is scholarships are different. Coming from JUCO, we didn't have a set dollar amount like we have here. We had either full, partials. We can give out 8. My previous institution, we can give out 8 fulls, about 4 3/4 and halves, or you can split it up anyway. There was actually no dollar amount. It was either full or partial. Where here is kind of like dollar amounts, and you can use different types of financial aid to make it work. Another thing that is really different are the rules. At JUCO, we really didn't. We had some rules, but they were kind of like, okay, you have rules, but it's nothing as major as to here. Here you got to make sure you know everything and make sure you stay on the right side of the fence so you don't get violations.
Right. Well, you came to UNCP relatively late in the summer by most standards after the resignation of the previous head coach. Did that pose any particular challenges to you, and how difficult is it taking over a pre-existing team that has established procedures and rituals and turning it into your team?
Volleyball season actually starts August. It's very difficult coming that late into the year because of the fact that with what we were left with, we could not recruit any other players because you had admissions deadlines to meet, which we did. Right. We missed that. And taking over a program that's pre-established this year, honestly, is pretty challenging because my philosophies are completely different from the previous coaches. Some of the girls are handling it well, and needless to say, some did not handle it well, and they're no longer with us. But discipline was not the previous coach's niche from my understanding, and my programs are run very disciplined and structured, and that was one of the biggest challenges we're facing right now.
Okay, well, let's jump in and talk about the team a little bit. They're 5-9 at this point. Most recently, they dropped a 3-0 decision to Peach Bell rival Francis Marion. Talk about your overall impression of the team so far, and we'll get into some of the specifics after the break, but just overall impressions right now.
And overall, they're doing really well. Like I said, we're very short-handed. You need 6 to play, but we only have 8 to play. Like I said, we're having 4 or 5 people playing different positions. And like I said, with Marissa Baker, she's actually a defensive player who is a libero, and we're having her to play in the middle. She's doing a great job, and she's doing the best that she can, but it's just very challenging having to go up against every other team that's 6 foot plus. And really what we need to focus on is defense, and that's what's going to win us the games. But unfortunately, our defense right now, we're having one kid that has never played volleyball at all on defense, and she's a little timid of the ball, but she's a work in progress, so we're getting there.
All right, Coach, we're going to take our next break, and we come back, we're going to talk about upcoming Peach Belt matches with head coach Angie Bird. Stay tuned.